Thanks for your interest in Texas Trade Academy. We are changing the game when it comes to trade school certifications. We're an online trade school. Everything's done at your own pace. So in this video, we're going to quickly cover the trades we offer, how the training works, what the platform looks like, what kind of instructor access you're going to get, everything is going to look like when you actually get into the training. Then we'll talk about our job placement program, how we work with our students to get them the best possible outcomes and actually on the job. Then we'll talk about the tuition and payment plans we offer. And then finally, we'll go over next steps and how to get into the next course offering. Okay, the trades we offer. We offer 3 of them: HVAC, electrical, and plumbing. All 3 of those trades require a license in Texas, and some of them require some specific certifications to allow you to get onto the job. Now, don't worry about taking any notes. We have checklists for each of these to explain the licensing process from where you are now all the way up to the master level. Just ask your enrollment advisor and we can get over a checklist for you. So first off, HVAC, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Now there's 3 types of HVAC, generally speaking. That's residential, commercial, and industrial refrigeration. Now, HVAC is a little bit different than the other trades. It's overseen by the Environmental Protection Agency. So you need an EPA 608 certification to work in HVAC, okay? That means you can handle refrigerant. So for Texas Trade Academy, we do an EPA 608 universal. That's getting your core, type 1, type 2, and type 3 certification all in one shot. So you can work in any of those areas of HVAC once you graduate. We also give you a NATE Ready to Work. That's the National Association of Technician Excellence, and then an OSHA 10. In fact, all 3 of the trades we offer, you get an OSHA 10 with the training. Now, apart from HVAC, then we have electrical and plumbing. Electrical and plumbing are generally very similar in terms of the licensing. Plumbing is governed by Texas State Board of Plumbing Examiners, that's TSBPE. You can look that up on the internet. And then TDLR covers the electrical trade. That's Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. In both cases, you need to get an apprentice license and work under a master plumber or a master electrician for 8,000 hours before you can take your journeyman licensing exam. When people think of a plumber or an electrician, they think of a journeyman. Here's the thing, you might not hear this everywhere, but you do not need trade school to be an electrician or a plumber. You do need to be an apprentice, which means you need to get an apprentice job. Now, unfortunately, in many cases, it's hard to get hired on without experience. And that's really where the trade school certification comes in. So under TDLR, that's Texas Department of Licensing Regulation, and TSBPE, that's Texas State Board of Plumbing Examiners, in order to become a journeyman plumber or a journeyman electrician, you need to do 8,000 hours as an apprentice, working under a master plumber or a master electrician. 8,000 hours will take you like 3.5 to 4 years. Not to mention the fact that it's difficult to get into that apprenticeship from the beginning. So we are offering training and a certification that we can then help you get into the apprenticeship. Word to the wise though, you're going to only make $14 to $17 an hour while you're working as an apprentice. You make a little bit more starting out with HVAC. If you're on the fence about which trade to choose, or you just know you want to get out of what you're doing now and start working at a higher paying career, then HVAC is usually the best bet. I say that for 3 reasons. The first is that you have the EPA 608 certification. That's a very marketable certification from the beginning. So right out of trade school, you are equipped with that cert. Second is that you start work right away and you don't have to be an apprentice. So you start work $18 to $22 an hour with raises built in because of that certification. And then the third is that there are more HVAC companies around in Texas. When you think about it, that makes kind of a lot of sense because the things that break most often on houses and buildings and need the most maintenance are the air conditioning units and the furnaces. So there's just more companies, there's more opportunity. Just break this down a little bit further. Both electrical and plumbing require an 8,000 hour apprenticeship before they can apply for their journeyman license. Now, once they get that journeyman, they're making 26, 28 bucks an hour. So they're doing very well. But for that 3.5 to 4 years, you're working $14 to $17 an hour through that apprenticeship and asking a master plumber or a master electrician to log the hours for you. HVAC, on the other hand, no 8,000 hours, no apprenticeship. You get your EPA certification, you get your registered technician license, and you start working. That's it. If you want to start strong and earn faster, then HVAC is hands down your best bet. So all of these are great careers. They're stable. They are hands-on. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. So long as a light switch needs to be turned on, an air conditioner needs to work, or a faucet needs to be able to have running water, then you will have a job in the United States. Texas Trade Academy's training is built around flexible online learning. The whole thing's online. You can learn from anywhere on your own schedule. Now, the whole curriculum is about 120 hours long, which means that if you dedicate 2 hours a day, that's 10, even 12 hours a week, you can be done in less than 3 months. Our training combines video lessons, interactive exercises, and hands-on virtual reality simulations, so you get the skills that our employers are looking for, even from your own home. Now, this whole process works to get you out into the field, making money quickly, conveniently, and safely. Now, it's not just videos and virtual reality. We also have world-class instructors that are available to you. Think about your time in school. You only move as fast as the slowest student. Now, with Texas Trade Academy's online training, you can work through anything that you really understand and get one-on-one help for the things that you need more time with. Plus, there are weekly Q&A sessions for group discussion and help with tough topics. So whether you're a complete beginner or switching careers, we make sure you have everything you need to succeed. If you're wondering if these jobs are really out there, just take a look. This isn't theory. These are real jobs, hiring right now, many starting at $18 to $22 an hour. Okay, let's talk about getting a job, because that's really the real goal. After you complete the program, you go through our job placement assistance process. Now, the first thing you're going to do is talk about your resume. We're going to put that together, help you put it together so that we can actually advertise you to some of the people that are hiring right then. Then we'll talk about interview coaching, and then we'll start setting up some interviews for you. You can apply for positions yourself if you want to. This is by no means just exclusive to us. You can do it on your own, but we're there to help you either way, in as much as you want or as little as you want. And here's the fine print. A lot of these places do have a background check. So if there is something in your past that might make it difficult to get a job, then please bring it up to your enrollment advisor. Sometimes there's problems with charges. Sometimes there's problems with driving records because you're driving a company truck, but we'll cover all that with you during the call. Okay, so payments. The course is not free, but trade school is way, way more affordable than college. We can get into our specific tuition costs on the call, but let's just say that most of our students make back their initial tuition within the first few months on the job. Now, we know not everyone can pay up front, so we do offer payment plans. The payment plan has a down payment and then a monthly payment after that. 99% of our students qualify for a $250 a month payment. Now, you get everything when you start the payment plan. You can finish the course completely before everything is paid off. We hold nothing back. The plan is, for us, that you are paying back this tuition with money that you are making at a higher paying career. Here's how you move forward. First, schedule a call with your enrollment advisor, and then we'll finalize your trade choice, walk you through the financing, and secure your spot. If you're ready to go right away, submit the down payment and we'll get you in the next available running. If you need some more time to come up with the down payment, then secure your slot with just a $100 refundable deposit. Now, this gets subtracted from your down payment and your overall tuition. That way, when you put up the remaining part of your down payment, you can start the training immediately. No waiting. Now, once you start, you're just months away from a new career. Slots for the courses do fill up, and we try to limit the number of students at any given time to keep instructor-student ratios at a good level. So don't put it off. Secure your slot in the next running and start your new career as soon as possible. Now, you should have gotten an email and a text when you put in your info. Just pick a date and time that works for you, and if no time's available, just text us and say you need to talk after business hours. We'll make that happen too. Sign up for that call below.